talks vinyl and other musical exploits. This is a very exciting time for me to be talking about this record because I've been just really down in Aswad, I don't know what to call it. I've been in this Aswad vortex for the last 6 months, really listening to them. Some of it has to do with the passing of longtime member and founder Drummy Zeb, who co-founded Aswad with Brinsley Ford. And he passed away, I guess, at a pretty young age. Very devastating for the reggae community and for music lovers alike. Tremendous, tremendous musician and singer. One of the best reggae drummers ever. In case you don't know, he plays drums on the famous recording of Punky Reggae Party with Bob Marley and the Wailers. He's actually the drummer on that record, and it's incredible. You can hear the intro alone and know that you're dealing with some serious sounds. I also always found that the groove of Punky Reggae Party was a little bit quicker, like a lot of British reggae groups kind of are more on top of the beat than the Jamaican sounds, in a great way, in an innovative way. And he's just amazing. That being said, because of that, I've been immersed in one of my favorite reggae albums, arguably the best Aswad record. They have many, though, that are terrific. Pretty great catalog. But this album is really special. This is Aswad's new chapter. They went through an interesting time where they were signed to Island Records, putting out these great records and just not quite selling or breaking the market like they wanted to. There were rumors that Island dropped them, that they kind of wanted out, whatever the case may be. They signed a 2-album deal with what was at the time Epic. Now is run by Sony, but Epic and CBS were putting out their records, and these 2 albums actually were really hard, if almost impossible, to find in the United States as a kid. So as a reggae fan, and my father being from Jamaica, I used to ask all these people how to get these records, and my family members that moved to England, they kind of were hard to reach, and I was always trying to get these 2 records. Finally, one day when I was 15, I walked into my local record store, and lo and behold, I found a little bit beat up, but vinyl in great shape version of New Chapter. So lo and behold, I put this on it when I got home, and my world was blown, right? So African Children is one of the strongest openers on a record that you can get. It's just absolutely beautiful. The band was almost reinvigorated, I guess, with being on a new label, and they're showing their stuff. They do a new version of Natural Progression from their very first album that's much quicker. The horns are doing incredibly crazy things. The production on this album, I can't speak enough about. It's just really innovative, gorgeous, reflective. There's a sense to me of almost a more modern version of Bunny Wailer's Black Heart Man, which I consider some of the best production ever committed to reggae music. And this album does that in kind of an interesting, almost British approach, because obviously they're from England, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And the songs, again, hit really deep. They're just playing with different tempos and rhythms. Of course, the lyrical content is top-notch. And this album contains one of the most important and the most badass reggae tracks ever, which is called Love Fire. And it's not the Bunny Wailer version, ironically, even though I mentioned his connection with Black Heart Man. It's their own version, of which later on we have Dennis Brown that takes that same track and does other things with it. In this case, you have the original track, Love Fire, right, which is just absolutely incredible. And I have to say that each song almost felt like kind of, I wouldn't say like a biblical verse, but it felt like some sort of prophetic statement. It's just really, really amazing and gorgeous. And I want to mention that Brinsley Ford, the lead singer, is just absolutely incredible on this record. He sings lead on almost everything on this record, except for Didn't Know at the Time, which Drummy Zed sang. Drummy tended to sing more the lovers, rock kind of songs for the most part from this period forward. But again, the regular Aswad harmonies are in full display here. It is an incredibly beautiful, prophetic, moving album. Now, not only that, I want to mention here, and I had to mention it because it has a companion piece, right? Which is a New Chapter in dub. Many people knew this record, and this record was available in the United States And ironically enough, it was on Mango, Island's subsidiary. And so they took all the songs from this record, A New Chapter, and they made a dub record to it. But unlike a lot of dub records, which just kind of dub up and they pump the bass and drums up and kind of give it a dub treatment, this album, A New Chapter in Dub, A New Chapter of Dub rather, they really make it something, that's really amazing and different. They treat it like it's a whole other record. Even the tracks are in backwards order, backwards sequence. So we end off A New Chapter with the amazing Love Fire, and then we start A New Chapter of Dub with Dub Fire, which is a very famous dub track that you hear everywhere at any kind of good roots convention, right? Album cover is gorgeous, and they really go at it. So some of the beautiful tracks like Into Your Rights and Candles on this are just made gorgeous dubs, right? And so the vocals are just tremendous, coming in and out, but this is all about the dubs, so we're not hearing a lot of vocals. They're just kind of floating in and out like instruments. But these are two of the best companion pieces you can get with one another. A New Chapter, which is the original album, and then Aswad's A New Chapter of Dub. But I highly recommend both of these. They are, for those of you that know that I'm into reggae music, these are two of the foundation pieces for why I became a singer and why I do music. So again, get them, grab them. They still haven't reissued either of these on vinyl, which doesn't make any sense to me. Go out and find the original ones. They're worth the money and they're worth the time.